Hello, welcome to New Testament Survey 1. If you've joined the class, then you will be, of course, a member of the class. And I just wanted to go through some introductory things that would help you to navigate through the class. So some explanations of some of the things that are in the course. First thing you'll select as a member of the course is an introduction to Schoology. That's just going to explain to you how Schoology works and will help you to navigate through that. And if you have any questions about Schoology, you may be familiar with it, in which case that won't be necessary for you. Then the second folder that you'll see is simply named Welcome to New Testament Survey 1. There you have a number of things, one of which is this video that you've just selected. And then the other thing is a New Testament theme and chapter content, a chapter number. So on that page, you're going to use as a reference to take some of the parts of the tests. So there are matching in the test where you'll have to match some of the New Testament themes with the proper book. And so you'll need that information to study from. And then the other one is a chapter content page that also has the summary of all the chapters of the New Testament. And so when you take your quizzes, you'll put the chapter number down of what the chapter content is, and that'll comprise your quiz grade. And you'll see that in the course material and the work. So this, I'm looking at the course overview page, which is also there in your in the class, in the course. And you can select it, and the page will come up, and that's what I'll be reading from. But this course is a survey of the books and a general history of the New Testament. Special emphasis is given to the author, background, and purpose of each book. I tend to give a brief summary of the content of each of the books for teaching purposes, and you can keep also, if you were to teach, you can use those to teach from. The text that we'll use is by Richard Hester. It's named The New Testament Bible History. You'll be doing different readings from the book, and that will be your homework grade. They're called handouts. I've just kept that name there. And so you'll open those things up and there'll be questions there, and the questions will be based on the reading from the book. So if it says introduction and geography, you'll read those chapters of the book, and then the answers to the questions will be from there. Then the classwork will also include those quizzes, and those quizzes are from the chapter content. You'll see in there I might put chapter content Matthew. And so you'll study the chapter content for Matthew, take the quiz, put the chapter numbers down there, just so you're familiar with the chapters of whatever book that you're taking a quiz from. There will be two research papers for this class. One, you'll select a two-page paper. You'll do a two-page paper, and you'll select a political religious group from Jesus' day, such as the Pharisees or the Essenes or the Zealots or whatever. You'll do a two-page paper. Normally, the papers, you'll have one source per page, so a two-page paper, minimum 2 sources, 3-page, 3 sources, and so forth. Put a title page, an outline to keep things organized. Write your paper, and then put a bibliography. I like to look at the bibliography so that I can see some of your sources, maybe recommend some other ones, and then kind of tell you some that maybe you should stay away from. Those sources some can be electronic, but I'd like you to get some book material. If they're an electronic book, that's fine, but something where you have to actually read a portion of it to get something out of it instead of just cutting and pasting. And then the second research paper will be one of the cities that Jesus visited, like, for example, Cana. Then you'll take I think 3 or 4 tests there, and then you'll just go through and take those tests. The quizzes and the tests are self-grading. You'll submit the research papers there also, and it should be very simple. Your tests are worth 40%. The research papers are 30%, and then your quizzes and homework or the handouts are each 15%, and that's going to comprise your grade. You'll notice that a heavy percentage is placed in the tests. So if you open your course material and work, you'll just go sequentially. You'll start with the very first thing, which is an opening video there. You'll read it. Then when you're done with that, you'll go to the next thing, which may be a chapter content quiz or a handbook homework, or it might be a paper that you have to turn in. The tests all have test guides for you. You can open the test guide and see what's going to be on there. If you do those things and work all the way through it, it should be a simple step-by-step process. And so I hope you enjoy the class and you'll get something out of it. And it's a pleasure to be able to be of service to you in this way. Thank you.